Few names echo through Dungeons and Dragons lore with the weight of Ashardalon, a dragon so powerful, so obsessed with survival, that he redefined what it means to be ancient and terrifying. Dragons have always stood the ultimate challenge in D&D, whether you're facing a fledgling wormling or a massive great worm if you're so unlucky, or lucky because that would be awesome. It's a moment adventurers never forget. But among the many chromatic and metallic legends, Ashardalon burns hotter and darker than any of them. Red dragons are infamous, greedy, arrogant, and cruel. Ashardalon is at the pinnacle, an ancient worm who refused death so violently that he tore open the barriers between the planes just to keep going. His story is one of cults, corruption, planar horror, and above all else, obsession. At the height of his power, Ashardalon commanded a fanatic sect, the cult of Ashardalon. Deep in the wilderness stood Nightfang Spire, not a temple, but a tombstone to the world they sought to leave behind. Their leader was Guthias, a once living man who became a vampire, utterly devoted to his draconic master. Long before undeath, Ashardalon soared across the golden plains alongside his red dragon mate. Their presence was terrifying, but the king of those lands believed he could end it. In secret, his knights hunted and slew Ashardalon's mate. What followed was not revenge, it was annihilation. Ashardalon's fury cracked the earth itself. The king's many-towered fortresses was swallowed by the land and became known as the Sunless Citadel. The once beautiful plains were renamed the Ashen Plain, a monument to his wrath. But eventually, Ashardalon's devastation brought him into conflict with an elemental sect led by the druid Did. She and her circle sought balance, and though they paid with their lives, Did struck a critical blow. Her magic tore through the dragon's chest, a wound that would never heal. His heart, beyond healing, became his doom, and yet he would not die. In one of the darkest acts of desperation in D&D history, Ashardalon turned to the abyss. He bound a Balor demon named Ammit and fused it into his chest. A new heart, one made of fire and malice. Back in Nightfang Spire, Ashardalon's original heart was enshrined by his cult. Gulthias sensed lingering power in the ruined organ. In a grand ritual of loyalty and despair, the entire cult committed mass suicide, timing their deaths to the beat of the preserved heart. Something answered. The death of so many in synchrony poured negative energy into the heart, reanimating Gulthias as a vampire. Linked to this heart, he began reviving the others as undead. A twisted resurrection of the cult was underway. But before his plans could reach fruition, Gulthias was hunted and staked to the earth. For a time, the cult faded, but someone, somewhere, removed the stake. Gulthias rose again, pouring his undead essence into the heart and reigniting the faith, not in Ashardalon as he once was, but in the heart as a source of eternal unlife. Yet Ashardalon himself was not present. When his original heart was removed, the great dragon was exiled to another plane. His survival now depended entirely on Ammit, but even the demon's enchanted vitality began to fail over time. Ashardalon, once a figure of godlike might, became a being of rot and panic. His answer lay in the Bastion of Unborn Souls, a planar realm of pre-incarnate spirits. These are souls that have not yet lived, untouched by sin or memory. By devouring them, Ashardalon hoped to live forever, but every soul consumed left a vacuum. Empty vessels born across the multiverse, children without spirit. Unfortunately for Ashardalon, this desecration did not go unnoticed. In the deepest pits of the abyss, Demogorgon, the two-headed demon prince, took interest. One head, Amuel, longed to destroy his sibling, Heterodia, but the two are one, and killing one would destroy both. Amuel discovered that if he could absorb a powerful demonic soul immediately after the death of his twin, he might survive the paradox. Ashardalon's demonic heart, the very essence of Ammit, became his goal. Thus, even as Ashardalon sought life, the Abyss hunted him for death. In the adventure Bastion of Broken Souls, players arrive at the height of this existential storm. A descendant of Did walks among them, a living tether to the druid whose blow still weakens the dragon. When the players confront Ashardalon, he doesn't attack. Not right away. He speaks, he reflects, he laments. He knows he's failing, his stolen heart torments him, and he regrets binding with such a powerful demon. He even offers his friendship and promises safe passage if they leave him to feed. But mercy rarely ends stories in D&D. The party fights, and with the mystical link to Did, they bring the great wyrm to his knees. In his final moment, Ashardalon's body spasms violently, his chest rips wide, and from it emerges a being of pure demonic horror, Ammit, the Eater of Souls, now freed. Standing 12 feet tall, ablaze, his body pulses like a living heart. Today, Ashardalon is gone, but his legacy festers. The cult of Ashardalon still walks in death, and the tale of the coming Ashardalon, once a solemn warning, is now a bard's favorite ballad. A reminder that the flame of obsession can outlive even the body it consumes. Ashardalon wasn't a villain for power's sake. He was a creature who feared the end so much he became a monster just to run from it. In the end, he wasn't killed by a blade or a spell. He was undone by the very thing he feared: mortality.